I just colored my hair. I did one process of a beige blonde with a little bit of ash blonde, like a medium ash blonde, because my hair was really brassy. It's slightly brassy in the lighting. I don't know if you can tell, but it was really like bleached streaks of blonde and then like subtle green from where I had blue-green toner in my hair. And then I guess a little bit of that green left from St. Patty's Day. But overall it's looking a lot healthier, especially up here. It's extremely healthy right here, and I like the subtle red tones that came out because the sun is definitely picking up my natural highlights. So unfortunately it was really damaged on the bottom, and I had to do just a trim just to get all that dead over processed hair out, and it kind of looks like a dark brown, but if you look really close it's like a reddish, brownish, blondish tones. Like some of them obviously a little bit lighter, and it's gonna be like that, just like a sun-kissed look. So my hair's pretty frizzy because I blow dry it just so I could show you guys what color results came out. Yeah, so I'm just gonna braid it, coconut oil it, and get it back to feeling good again. Since it's like at the halfway point from when I last processed my hair, it still needs a lot more recovery to it. So I'm just gonna keep doing coconut oil and deep treatments of like egg wash or mayonnaise just to get that hair back to being not as limp and dry. It's going to be dry for a little while since I processed my hair for the next couple days, and then it'll get back to being just a little slightly damaged and dry instead of it looking so dead and limp like it is right now. But I think the color came out pretty good considering that, you know, I'm not really a professional at this stuff. I just kind of go with the flow and eyeball it. But I mean, I still see undertones of like a greenish, brownish, brassy tone to it. So I'm gonna find out if I can get one of those brush banishers from L'Oreal and see what that does for my hair. I don't know how much they cost. I imagine it's gonna be somewhere between like $8 to $10 probably for a kit. But I hope that really helps. I hear good results and bad results on the product, but whatever I think will even tone this brassiness, because it's not as bad as it was. But I feel like once I go back out in the sun, like tomorrow, all this is going to pick up and it's going to be like super brightish, blondish, brassy, orangey, yellow tones to my hair. And it's just going to have to stay like this for a while, or I can go back to being dark again. But I really kind of want to keep the subtle blonde tone to the bottom. Right now it looks like an ombre for sure, but I want to put more brown. I'm probably gonna, so I can have the balayage look instead of it looking ombre. That, or I'm gonna just go and do all the blondes up here and just keep going more blonde and blonde. I haven't decided yet exactly which way I want to go. If I want to go darker or if I want to go blonder. But right now I'm kind of in between, so it doesn't look horrible, but it definitely needs some improvement. I feel like it's getting closer to where I want it to be. But I kind of like the natural dark on top, to be honest, and then the light on the bottom, or subtle light highlights throughout my hair. I don't know. I'm leaning towards more of the natural look because it won't look as extreme. But I've also done the sandy blonde look, kind of how my hair is right now down here, all over, and it didn't look too bad. I mean, obviously it's a lot of maintenance, so I would have to be prepared for that. And I have a good amount of supply right now, but I also feel like, is it worth it? Do I want to keep doing this to my hair, or do I want to let my hair rest and just let this grow out and then start all over again, you know? I don't know yet. It's just the more I experiment, the more it's gonna get damaged. So, like I said, I kind of feel like I should go a little darker just so it's not as brassy and weird looking. But I mean, so far it's not too bad. I feel like it's getting to where I want to see those results of like a beige effect, you know? It's just so brassy and I want to get rid of that brass. And I've looked online to try to eliminate brass and do the whole food coloring thing since I don't like to do the willow toners. And like I said, it works okay. And then once I put the dye in my hair of the ash color, that helps out a lot. But like I said, you can still see it underneath no matter how much I tone it with purple food coloring or purple hair dye. It's still a little brassy because it's in that happy medium where it's just all over the place brass, and I don't know how else to get rid of it. If anybody else knows exactly what professionals do to get rid of the brass, great, but I honestly think I need a filler maybe, and that's probably where I messed up, is not having that protein filler. But I don't know, because I use a lot of coconut oil throughout my hair, but I don't know if that's gonna help or not. I mean, I feel like it's helping the regrowth of my hair and the structure of my hair, but I don't know if that's part of the coloring process. I mean, if that's supposed to help or not. I'd imagine it does. From what I've seen, you put a protein filter into the coloring when you're doing the bleach process. So maybe it was just for breakage, though. That's another thing. I don't know if it has anything to do with color. It just might have to just do with making sure your hair stays strong. And I don't know, because then I also understand from what I've read, fillers are supposed to help go through the process of each color. So maybe since I didn't have that filler in there, that's why it didn't pick up precisely the way it was supposed to, like fill from stage to stage, you know. So it's kind of in between periods of like different stages all over, and not a direct like a pulling, I guess. I don't know how to explain it any better because I don't have the terminology. I've never been to cosmetology school. It's just stuff that I've read off of YouTube of, you know, watching videos of other people styling and coloring hair. It seems like you add that into it just so the pigment will go from one stage to the other and pick up what it's supposed to be picking up, you know, from that color to this color. So without that, I think that's why it stopped halfway at some points, and then maybe during certain processes, some of it was lighter and some of it was darker. So that also has something to do with it, I'm sure, of why some of it is a lot more lighter and brassier, and some of it's darker and not as brassy, or maybe more of an orange tone instead of a blondish, greenish tone. So it's all over the place color, and I'm hoping that it's not super noticeable when I go out in the sun. Right now, I think it's subtle and it looks kind of neat, but I also, me personally, I think it can be better, and I can get rid of this brass somehow. I know I can. I'm just gonna do what I gonna normally do, is just research. So the next step I'm going to have to do in this is try to see if that brass stuff works. And in the meantime, I guess just keep using the purple shampoo that everybody raves about, which I used just for a little bit, and I feel like it helped a bit. But like I said, I think it has something to do with the pigment. So, and I don't want to lighten my hair for right now. I'm not really sure if I want to go blonder than this point, if I need to or not. I mean, maybe eventually I will if I get to the point where I feel like my hair is strong enough. But I don't know if my hair would be able to withstand any more bleaching at this point. It feels like it's getting back to being healthy, and I need to let it heal because it's still breaking off quite a bit at the ends where I had to cut it today. It's like that soft, elasticy kind of feel. I mean, it's not as dry and as damaged as it was like the first couple weeks after I processed my hair. But it's still, like I said, after coloring it and putting more dye into my hair, it doesn't feel super strong yet. It's got that soft deadlift kind of feel to it. So, without further ado, I'm gonna sign off and see you guys in a few weeks, and I will evaluate my hair then and what else I'm gonna be doing to it, and I'll let you know once I get there. All right, y'all take care. Have a great evening.